future of AI filmmaking is here. From an F1 car shooting along a track to a jet flying through the air. To a city being built before your eyes in seconds. All of these clips were made with Nano Banana and Kling Start and End Frames within Dzine.ai. By the end of this video, you know how to combine these two tools to create your own clips that are cinematic and very realistic. Nano Banana helps solve this issue because it's able to help you create the same character in different situations using the same lighting from different angles and create that consistent look and consistent scene. Then when you combine that with Kling AI's start and end frames, what you have is a power pack duo. This combination unlocks something special, not just making clips, but AI filmmaking. In example 1, we have the Formula 1 driver here with the close-up on the helmet, zooming out to the cars shooting along the track. Normally, animating this kind of transition would be very difficult, but locking in the start and end frame, Kling fills in everything in between, creating a smooth cinematic pan from the driver's face to the raw cinematic motion of the car on the road. Now, this isn't always perfect, and sometimes it takes quite a few attempts. And what's really important is to describe the starting situation, the transitioning move to the end situation, and make sure this is really clear. And sometimes this takes a bit of back and forth with your LLM, whether that be ChatGPT or Gemini or one of the chat models. You want to be going back and forth as you see the results and describing what you're getting as a result and what you actually want a result until you get the best prompt to get exactly what you want. And this is the exact prompt that I used for that final video of the F1 driver going from the close-up shot to the wide shot that you've seen here. Feel free to pause the video here and copy this. And here's an example of one of the failed ones that I did before. I used a different image here for the end frame. So this is where Nano Banana is super helpful for creating the start and end frames for the video that you just saw. I'm just selecting the start frame here and loading it up into the desktop view here, and then I hit fit to frame, and now I've got it selected. I'm going to go down to the chat editor at the bottom, and you've got a choice of models here, including Flux Context and ChatGPT and Nano Banana. We're going to use Nano Banana for this particular one. I'm going to type in here the prompt. In fact, I've already got a prompt that I've made and pasted in, and it says ultra cinematic wide shot of a Formula 1 car racing directly toward the camera on a Grand Prix straight. Driver visible inside cockpit, full car in sharp detail, asphalt track beneath with bold markings, 2 or 3 other cars beside and behind, dynamic motion blur, grandstands in the distance, hyper-realistic professional sports photography style. And we've got the reference image here of the close-up of the driver, so that it should put a similar looking driver in the driver's seat of that car. Click generate. So you can see that is now generating the image with Nano Banana up here. And there's the new image, which looks even better than the one I had created in the original intro. So let's take that image and use it in the Kling 2.1 Pro start and end frames. So first we choose our start frame and the close-up of the driver. Then we're now going to choose our end frame, and we're clicking on the new image that's been created, and I'm going to put in a text prompt here. So we're taking the prompt which I showed you a moment ago, which describes the beginning of the first frame, the transition between the first frame and the second frame, and describes the second frame. And here I'm just making an adjustment because that end frame wasn't quite filling the whole space, so I'm going to make it so it fits the whole space, and then just update that end frame again. And there's the new end frame in there. Now we're going to go down and put a sound prompt in. Do negative prompt first. I put no music. I always put no music because that way I have the freedom to choose my own music afterwards. If you don't put no music, sometimes the sound generator can generate its own music. Then in the positive prompt, I'm just going to put the sound of Formula 1 cars racing around a track. Then I'm going to click on 10 seconds and generate. And in a moment, you're going to see the finished video. In the jet example, I tried already to do from the aircraft carrier to the sky, but it was taking way too many tries to do. So in the end, I settled for the jet flying through the air from the front of the pilot, taking you around to the back of the pilot in the jet, which took a few attempts to ask it to do a 180-degree motion turn to make sure that it had a cockpit, which wasn't perfect in the end, but it got that basic move that I wanted and is about 95% of the way there. In the third one, I was quite happy the way that it animated the city of London from being just green fields and a river to being the modern day city as it is. It could be better, but it was a pretty incredible result in my opinion. So we're going to look at some more examples now of Superman and some other examples where we're going to use start and end frames, and I'll take you through those now. So this is how you can use Nano Banana to create the images used in this sequence here. So first you'll go to text to image on the left sidebar here, and then you'll click on your model here, and you can choose the new Nano Banana. Then in the prompt description box, put your prompt. So here's our image of Clark Kent on a street, hands gripping his shirt, and we're going to take this image and put it onto the canvas. And as you can see, as this hasn't come out 16:9, we can go to AI editor on the left bar here and choose generative expand. I'm just going to place them in the middle and 16:9 and describe the content of your image. I'm just going to put a city street. It's generated 4 options for the expanded image. We've got this one which actually looks good, this one a bit different, they're all a bit different, and for me the best one is this one here. So I'm just going to double click to put that on the canvas, and now we've got our start frame, and I've closed the AI editor, we've clicked on the image, we can go to chat editor at the bottom, and we can ask it to now generate the end image of the same guy as Superman taking off into the air using Nano Banana. Then we're going to click generate. So now we've got Nano Banana creating the end frame for this Superman transition. And here is an end frame of him having just taken off into the air in the same city. You can see the same sign, same car, same cars, like literally a split second later. So now we're going to create this new start and end frame into the exact same sequence that we did before with Superman using the Kling Start and End Frames. And this is what was done with all of the examples that you saw, with the seed growing into a tree, the sapling growing into a tree, or the animation where it goes from a wide shot of space to the close-up of the astronaut, quickly zooming from the first frame to the last frame. So let's do this now. So we'll go to AI video on the left bar here, and we're going to choose our start frame, and we're going to select Superman here on the deck, and then we're going to have to download this last frame, and now we can select that end frame here of Superman, and now we're going to put in a transition here from the first frame to the last frame, describing the first shot, what happens in the middle, and then the end shot. The shot begins with Clark Kent standing in the middle of a rainy city wearing his business suit and glasses, hands at his shirt. Suddenly he starts spinning rapidly on the spot. His suit changes and tie whipping outward in a blur as he turns. The clothes tear away in the streaks of motion, seamlessly transforming into the bright blue Superman suit with a red and yellow emblem appearing on his chest. His cape wipes outward as the spin ends. The camera locks on him as the transformation finishes, now fully Superman hovering slightly above the ground, rain bouncing off his cape and shoulders ready to blast into the sky. Now we just want to add a sound effect. I'm going to do this in just a 5-second duration video. We're going to click to add the sound effect. For the positive here, we're going to go for city rain ambience, distant cars, sudden rush of wind as Clark spins, fabric tearing and whipping, heroic whoosh as the transformation completes, cape snapping in air, powerful swells of orchestral rise as Superman steadies, ready to launch. It says no music. I'm going to get rid of no music in this example because there's an orchestral rise in there, and that will let it happen. I'm going to click generate, and you can see that video generating in the top right corner here, and you will see it play now. This combination of Nano Banana, Kling Start and End Frames inside of Dzine AI is the most powerful combination of filmmaking tools available right now. And you can try it for yourself inside Dzine AI. So I encourage you today to jump on a platform, give it a go. And if you'd like to be kept up to date with more of the latest of what's happening with Dzine AI, make sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest tutorials. The only question left now is, what story are you going to tell?